Today I will be doing something a little different regarding this week's video game showcase. As I'm sure you have all noticed by now, this game doesn't look retro at all, and it actually came out almost 2 years ago after being in development since 2019. The game you see before you is an indie Dark Souls inspired masterpiece called Bleak Faith Forsaken, which, believe it or not, was developed by only 3 people. And the reason I've decided to showcase it instead of a retro 90s or early 2000s era game is because I'm currently playing it, and I also think it is really cool and deserves more of a spotlight, but also because despite feeling very Dark Souls 1, it also got a lot of its inspiration from the source material that serves as the topic of today's video, the many works of Japanese manga author Tsutomu Nihei. But before we get into that, a little bit more about Bleak Faith. It was, as I said earlier, developed by a 3-man team, which make up the company called Archangel Studios, who acquired all of the funding to develop the game through Kickstarter. While the gameplay is very Dark Souls in nature, the atmosphere and overall design of the game are what happens if the Japanese manga titles Berserk and Blame had a baby. And the story, yeah, I still don't know what the f is going on here. But as unique and surreal as the atmosphere and even level design of the game is, it sadly is still quite a bit janky, even after all the updates and patches the devs have been pouring into it since its release. But I guess that comes with a game that was developed by only 3 people with a limited budget. But it goes without saying that despite those limitations, it still is a pretty impressive game, and one cannot help but admire the hard work and continued effort the 3 developers continue to put into the game even long after its release to try and make it run as smoothly as possible. At least in comparison with supposed AAA studios with massive $1 million budgets who seem to have forgotten what the words fun, immersive and functional are, and have instead replaced them with "You as our customer need to be reminded of your alleged innate bigotry." Looking at you, Ubisoft.
Moss Isley Spaceport. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.